Hello everybody and welcome back to another round of PSORC. This is round 6 of season 12. We bring ourselves to Circuit of the Americas, to the United States Grand Prix. Hello everybody, my name is Alan Cavagnaro and I will be your commentator for tonight in the booth for this 10-person race in the United States Grand Prix. As you can see, we are no longer in Classic Cars for season 12. Many drivers have decided to go into the modern cars that we have in this game. So this is what they'll be driving for the rest of the season. As you can see, the track is glitched with the lighting. Not sure. I know it's not supposed to be like that, but that is what you see right now. That's the reason why I have classic car, or no longer have classic cars. So that should be that. So give me a second, because I want to send this link to the chat. LMC Woma stands on the front row so far. However, he's in the pits. And he's planning on going for a flyer at the end. He has it by 0.08 of a second over Lassane Gaming. However, Lassane Gaming, he's on a flyer as he runs a tad bit wide there. You can see dust coming off those tires. Yeah, I want to make sure, because obviously LMC Woma has a good time. And Lassane Gaming wants to beat it, but the problem is, he really needs to have a flying lap, unless if he makes a mistake like that, it's not going to help him. So we're going to continue riding on board. Lassane Gaming, again, 0.08. He needs to improve by at least to take pole position. Lee's back in third. Lee's only half a second behind. Fourth is Robo. And again, 6/10, so, close enough. These guys are running pretty well compared to each other, compared to the classic cars that we had earlier. So as we wait for some of these times to come in, I'm going to try and find my live stream. Here you go. So got 3 people watching so far, and actually Lassane Gaming into the pits. Lee, his teammate, also joins him in the pits. Lassane Gaming, yep, into the pits. Robo stays out. I think Robo's coming in. I mean, most of these guys have set some of the laps they want. 5 guys have set laps. The other 5 have not, including Ahmed, who's actually been disqualified. We also have a new driver, or at least the first time I've seen. We have Kev in 9th place in the Renault. Of course, he's never driven that Renault before, because it's only been classic cars in this series for season 12, and we finally changed it. So wait just a moment. I need to send this in the Twitter chat so we can get some more viewers for the people that are going to be watching. So I'll put the link in it, and okay, yep, it works. It works. That is good. That is good. So again, Kev, this is the first time I've ever seen him race. So again, I don't know where his pace is going to stand, but obviously, if he's in the lead, he must be a good driver. However, looks like he is slowing down for this lap. Yep. He's not letting anyone by. I'm not sure why he ran off there. Most likely just saving his tires coming in. Flexi, however, he is out on an out lap, so he is going to be the first one out there for their final lap, which will be their flyer. That will come out at the end. Everyone else is either contemplating on what to do. Kate is still out on the track. Kev is actually going to start his lap for a new one. Someone else comes out of the pits. That is Lee in the Williams. That was quick in the pits. However, he's going to slide off the track, let a few by. So he will be going for lap time. He has not yet started his lap time, so he needs to get around the track in 2.5 minutes. I mean, pretty easy said than done, but like we said, should be easy for him. Lassane Gaming in turn 1, again, he has, 2.5 minutes to set a lap time. Or at least start his lap, at least. So right now, 2 people coming out, both Williams. When is LMC Woma going to come out? I think he's in the Silver Arrow, and I think they're going to release him. We will see if they release Woma. With these final runs, they're going to be setting faster lap times. So obviously with Woma, his goal is just to set the fastest lap time. There's Cax in the Ferrari, done a good job. That's actually EFC Matthew, who is out on the track. Also nice to see him back again. LMC Woma, he exits the pits with 1:45 remaining. Will he have enough time to get back around? That is a question. It'll be close coming towards the line. Lee right now. He's coming to the end of his outlap to start his first lap. ever since his banker lap that he set earlier in the session. And he has to save those tires a little bit. I mean, if this lap is the best of his lap times, he'll be starting on those tires. So not only does he want to warm up those tires, but he also wants to save them a little bit because he doesn't want worn slick tires. So right now, standing in third place with a minute remaining is Lee. Lassane Gaming follows as he crossed the line, turn 1. I'm telling you, for number 1, it's gonna be close between these guys. Either Lassane Gaming or Woma. I mean, these guys have matched pace pretty much the entire season, from what I've noticed. So there's that LMC Woma. He's coming to the end of his outlap. There's yellow in sector 1 and 2. Oh, someone's in the ball and it's Lee. That ends his qualifying run. There's no way he can get back in third, and I don't even know where he is on the track. Oh, he's still in the S section. That's still the S section. He must have already crossed the line. I honestly don't know. Yeah, already the S section. So that will end his day. Third at best. 5 seconds remaining. This will be their only lap time for Woma. He barely got his in to start a lap time. Looking with, whoa, you saw a tank slapper there. He just lost the back end as he entered sector 3. That sweeping right-hander, he just has to get it underneath him as he approached the final 2 corners. In Circuit of the Americas, can Lassane Gaming do anything about it? Yeah, Woma's out of it, so it's all down to Lassane Gaming. 800 to prove upon across the line. He takes pole position by 600ths of a second. And what a style to do it from. However, RoboJeep is still left. So is Flexi. Cax already done. Sadly, did not set a lap time. RoboJeep, he comes in the pits. What about Flexi? He's pulling off. He's done with his lap time. That pretty much sums it up. Lassane Gaming takes pole position in the final seconds of qualifying by 600ths of a second. And he tops LMC Woma for the fastest time in qualifying. Both of them will share the front row today in today's United States Grand Prix and Circuit of the Americas. So as we finish up qualifying, Lassane Gaming set a fast time of a 1:33.3. Couldn't have been any more perfect than that. I mean, 600ths, it's really all he needed. I mean, he needed not 200ths. He needed 800ths of an improvement. And his time is 600ths plus ahead of Woma's time. So he got a lot more than he asked for, though. You know, that's less than a tenth of all of that. And a tenth is 10% of 1 second early. You know what I'm trying to say. Difference is, I mean, these laps were very close, and the competition level of the United States Grand Prix today is going to be intense. So these two drivers, their laps are almost identical. Once it goes below the 1/10 barrier between the time, you know it's going to be a close one. So as we have 30 seconds left, I mean, and his AI just ends up spinning him out. Lassane Gaming on the front row with LMC Woma today for qualifying. It's a Williams 1-3 and a pole position for Lassane Gaming. What a day it has been. Hopefully you can capitalize on it and get it back in the race. Hopefully it pays off. Qualifying is over. It goes Lassane Gaming, LMC Woma, Lee, RoboJeep, Flexi, EFC Matthew, Kev, Rusky, Cade, Cax, and Ahmed. And it looks like Ahmed was disqualified from the session in his Renault, and Cax never got a lap in. And believe it or not, Flexi on the super soft tires compared to everyone else on the Ultra, so it looks like he's going for an easy race today for at least, for tire strategy. Hopefully he's either going to make it one stint less, or just trying to get and it doesn't even work out for him because it's raining today. It's raining today in Circuit of the Americas, a little bit of a bummer. Whenever we see rain, it doesn't particularly mean a good thing when it comes down to racing, but for these 2017 cars, it's just down to the fact that you can't really pass even in the dry. So we'll wait to see how this race turns out, but with 10 drivers, PSORC never disappoints as first time in a while as we return back to the modern cars, as we took a break from those classic cars as we did the first 5 rounds in. And today we are back since season 11 for the finale. We were in modern cars, but ever since then it's been classic. But ever since season 11 finale, you know, before then we were using modern cars. So it's nice to be back. Got to commentate on it while we did some classic cars. Now let's get some modern action in for the formation lap in Circuit of the Americas. Again, top 10. Let's go down very quickly. Lassane Gaming, LMC Woma, Lee, RoboJeep, Flexi, and I mean, what a disappointment it was for Flexi. Flexi probably would have had a top 3 time, but the difference was that he set his lap time on the super soft tires compared to everyone else on the Ultras. He wanted to get the one stop done, and next thing you know, it rains in the race, and basically his strategy goes down the drain. So Flexi in P5 today. EFC Matthew shares 6th place in that row with, who is it, with Flexi. 7th was Kev and Cade sharing a row. So you can see behind there a McLaren and a Renault. They have a partnership this year in F1. And in row 5, finishing out the grid, it is Cax and Ahmed. Neither of them set times in qualifying, which I find pretty interesting. Not sure if they weren't supposed to. I mean, I know Ahmed was supposed to. He got disqualified. He had no choice. Even if he didn't have a penalty or did, he had no choice. So, for Cax, however, he just did not set a lap time. So that begs the question if he did something last round. Because, I mean, I wasn't here last week because my power went out when I was supposed to be doing the race, so nothing happened. But for me, I didn't really check how everything was going. Yeah, so, I mean, again, I'm not sure if we got a penalty or not. I mean, I'm in the chat. I just don't check if anyone has penalties or not. And shout out to the people watching. We have 28 laps in front of ourselves today for the United States Grand Prix and Circuit of the Americas. And spinning goes Lassane Gaming and actually pulls off a nice drift. For a second, I thought he came up with a new strategy to try and warm up your tires, but obviously it's him having some fun on the formation lap. So as we get all 10 drivers ready and going, you can see in the back of their cars there's a red light that goes off whenever it is either dangerous conditions in the wets or just, you know, wet conditions in general here in F1. What they'll do is they'll have a light that goes off in the back to, you know, obviously alert drivers if there's spray. You can sort of see where the car is. Not only by the spray, you can tell by the lights. Also, if you're in harvesting mode, even when you're on slick tires, your light will go off in the back of your car. We saw that in the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix. Nico Rosberg, he pressed the wrong button at the start. His car went into harvesting mode and the light went off, and that's really what caused the start there. So those are the 2 occasions when you'd see the lights go off in the back of the car. But here we go. The 5 red lights in Circuit of the Americas for the United States Grand Prix. And we're green with Lassane Gaming and Woma on the front row. Lassane, easy start, however, he has a challenge of Woma down to the inside. We're almost going to see 3 wide of the corner. We do. Down to the inside goes RoboJeep, getting pushed by the Mercedes. Runs off, and Woma takes the lead in that Force India. The advantage he had as starting second on the better side of the track, and already a couple cars off in the background. That car that came off and back on was Cade, who's in 8th place. Another car struggling to find the grip and stay on track. Here we go. Nice battle between these two of EFC Matthew and Flexi, and of course the fantastic camera angles we're getting from Codemasters. Fantastic. We can all see the battle without even seeing it. But 4th place, 5th place, Flexi trying to gain an advantage, but really started on the wrong tire, or qualified on the wrong tire, at least with his strategy, and just did not pay off for him. But he's going to make a lunge down to the inside of EFC Matthew. He just needs to make it sick though, but that outside momentum of EFC Matthew makes it go around. However, Woma already a 2-second lead. Let's look at the battle for second between Lassane Gaming and RoboJeep. Riding on board, will there be a move? No move done. Single file. These drivers are patient. as we are on the opening lap, giving him just enough room. Flexi. Whoa, a spinning Red Bull right in front. That's the opening lap. That's Robo Jeep. Robo Jeep went spinning as the back end just got kicked out from underneath him. And his car goes spinning on the opening lap. It's going to have to be a recovery drive if he wants a top 5 out of that Red Bull. And again, drifting through that corner. So again, he needs to stop making mistakes if he wants a chance at getting good points today. And with the new format of modern cars, I think we still do the top 8 in points, or top 8 in the standings of the race get points. So he's really gonna have to work if he wants points today. So here we go, battle for 4th. Flexi gain an advantage, or gain a position in Sector 3, or at the end of Sector 2, when spinning. Robo's already up to 8th place, so Cax and Lee going at it. Whoa, a mistake from AFC Matthew. Always have to go around the outside, and he clearly gets him after just losing the back end in these conditions. It's just not helping him. Cax, he's already won a race this season, struggling to keep up with the pace. He stands in P9 in that Ferrari. I think he won his first race in a Ferrari, so nice car to be in. For this championship so far. LMC Woma still leads. It is by 2.5 seconds against Lassane Gaming, who is in 2nd place. So almost 3 laps in with this race, and everyone but Cax has switched positions from where they started from. It looks like LMC Woma, these drivers such as LMC Woma, Flexi, EFC Matthew, Kev, K, Ahmed, they've all gained positions. However, guys such as Lassane Gaming, Robo Jeep, and Lee have all lost positions, and Cax remaining in P9, of course. Consistent's not a bad thing for him. He's staying in the position he started in. And I apologize if you're hearing any sounds. I had to switch out my microphone today. So what originally happened was that you're now hearing sounds from other rooms in my house. So while other people are here, you may hear some other things, and nothing I can do about it. But we'll just learn it together. Lap 3 now in America, of course. And one car already into the pits. He says, well, I'm last, I have nothing to lose, why don't we pit? I don't know why they'd be pitting, maybe for a front wing adjustment or change, but other than that, I don't see anything else unless they want to go to the slick tires, and that is exactly what they're doing. To the slick tires goes Lee. A bold strategy call, we'll see if it pays off. You know, I don't get it, the rain's still falling from the sky. I mean, I'm not sure if he's blind or anything, but I mean, the track is clearly wet. The track is very long with standing straights. You see a lot of standing water on the track, so even once it does stop raining, it's going to take a while for the track to dry, so I have no clue what he's doing. But I think he wants to just save himself a pit stop, because maybe Jeff is saying the rain will stop in 5 minutes. But really, this is going to kill your tires to the point where they're going to have to be pitting on those tires when everyone else is fitting their first set of slick tires when the rain does stop. I think that's how much he's going to wear those things. So I don't exactly know what he's trying to do, but actually, let's look out of a battle for P4, or P3, I mean, between Flexi and EFC Matthew. These two still going at it. There should be a move down to the inside. But really just trying to stay consistent, hitting the apex while missing it is Flexi. So P3 is still up for grabs. And actually, oh, come on, don't lock up. There you go. I was going to say, if you lock up, you could have had a chance to run to the barrier. Believe it or not, LMC Woma stays out, while everyone else pits. Are they all going for the slick? They're all going for the slick tires. While it's still raining. What are they doing? DRS is still disabled. I have no clue. Maybe the track is drying while it's still raining. I have no clue. He's going for the ultras. Oh, Cax is dead meat. There's no way, actually. Okay, just just said he was on the ultras. And then the game just put him on the softs. Okay, interesting. Anyway, Lassane Gaming, 4th, 5th. EFC Matthew, we'll see if that strategy pays off. I don't think it will. I mean, Dieros is still disabled. It's still raining. There's still spray coming from the tires. In the corners, you can see puddles in the corners, hidden away near the curbs. You know, I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe they want to have some fun. I have no clue. So, lap 4 now, and it is being led by the Force India of LMC Woma. Question is, will he pit this lap or not? I'm looking at the gap so far of everyone who's on the slick tires and the intermediates, and believe it or not, intermediates are not the tires you want to be on despite this weather. And actually the rain has just stopped now. But off are going those green tires, and now they're fitting on the slick tires. Looks like the super softs for LMC Woma. Let's see if it pays off. Lap 5. And everyone else pitting for slick tires. So Lassane Gaming going to get him. It's going to be close though. Lassane Gaming, will it pay off? Across the pit exit. It's going to be close. He's gained some time, but LMC Woma still in the lead. Maybe, but the gap has closed by so much. Another lap, Lassane Gaming would have had him. Yeah, he pitted at the right time to keep that lead, so LMC Woma, he will have a challenge, but he will have an advantage when this challenge starts as he's in the lead. However, on a lap of newer tires compared to Lassane, so he's going to have another advantage besides being the leader. So however, he closes up the gap. He'll have Slipstream down the straight, trying to avoid the Slipstream. Again goes Woma. Moving to the middle of the track, back to the right side. Looking to the inside, Lassane, he's so heavy on the brakes, so he just gets so close to the rear end of Woma. Just can't capitalize on it. So the gap remains around less than half a second. He just has to be patient here. I mean, maybe in turn 1, I don't know. He needs to have a lot of slipstream here. He just needs to stay right with him, and you know, a late move. But I don't think he can do it. He just has to stay in a straight single file line. And right now, he exceeded the track limits there. Just so much. Lost him a couple tenths. And again, keeping it at 7 tenths. While we're on lap 6. So again, these guys, they are close. They're close. They just LMC Woma, he's doing a good job defending. He's doing a good job on just keeping cool under pressure and hanging on. But honestly, if you ask me, I feel like Lassane Gaming, he's impatient. I mean, last lap you saw him lunge it in there, and next thing you know, just would not work for him. You can see there's still some puddles here, but eventually those laps will get faster. Also, we could look at Kevin Flexi for 4th place. That is 7 tenths. Lassane Gaming, however, has gained back a few of those tenths. So LMC Woma holding him off at bay, keeping it 7 tenths. However, if we look back with Kev, Oh, Flexi, he's gotten a lot closer. So, lap number 7 for some of these drivers. And the advantage goes back down to Kev, keeping it at 5/10. He's just going to try and keep reeling him in. So again, lap 7. He has it at 6/10. If he can just reel it in a bit more, to the point, I don't even think DRS is enabled now that I think of it. We never got a notification saying it's enabled. Let me check on. He's close. Will he get DRS? Okay, it's enabled. I just didn't see the notification. I don't know. Yeah, but as we check with some of these drivers, the gap has massively gone up. I'm not sure if it's down to a corner cut mistake or a penalty or him just, making a mistake in general. And again, you can still see some rain either forming up on the sides there. Just you go back up, Lassane Gaming, he's keeping it. He's keeping it at 7/10. I just cannot gain any more on him. He gets close, and then he loses a couple tenths. He reels him back in, and then he falls back a little more. So he can't do it, but we go down to Cax, race winner so far. PSORC this season. He's done it so far. Turn 1. Oh, I just locked up those left fronts. He can't do anything about it, though. Again, those lockups are costing him. If he just wants to get by Cade for P6, again, he has to be single file through the S's. Oh, but again, I don't know what Cade was doing. He missed the apex, but the next corner, Cade hits it, and Cax doesn't. Through the corners, cutting it, goes Cax. So again, he has DRS enabled. He's going to try and look for a move. Down to the inside of the left-hand side of that McLaren goes the Ferrari driver of Cax. Late braking, he's going to have to do it. Locking up on both sides of the tires. No room to be done. Runs them off. Cax gets a position, but not for long because there goes Cade. Back up the inside. Wheel to wheel, and just enough for him goes Cax. Cax needs to hang on to have the nose back down to the inside. In the next corner, just enough for him all around the outside goes the McLaren of Cade to get P6. Hanging on there. What was he doing? Because that was a good maneuver to hang on to P6 when it looked in doubt. And they're going to probably do that all over again. Next lap, lap 9. 20 to go. And Cax feels like he can put on the pressure. And I am reading the comments now. Sam says, I think Casper had a quality penalty because of an incident in quality last time. Okay, well that would probably explain it. And nice to see Paul watching. How you doing, Paul? Good evening to you. Good afternoon to me. The time difference. And a battle for the lead again. LMC Woma, Lassane Gaming down to the inside. It was a mistake from LMC Woma as the gap was around half a second. LMC Woma just made the slightest of an error as we were trying to find a couple other battles going on. Two more cars going at it between Kev and Flexi. Now Flexi's going to look to the outside of this car, of the Renault. Around the outside, he'll have the advantage of the grip. Just enough for him. Squeezes down to the inside. Flexi takes back P4. With Cax, it's something else, because he went around the outside of Cade the following lap. He gets the pass done and clears him for a position. For P6, Cax gets it done on Cade. So, of course, you know, single file for a lap and then then 3 passes happen all at once. So, there's my luck. But for right now, it is lap 10. LMC Woma. Again, he's just being patient. That's all he needs to do. He just needs to be a moving roadblock. That's all he has to do. Because if he can keep him behind him and, you know, in the pit stop phase is just, you know, does the undercut on both of them and doesn't lose any time in that extra lap or you know what I mean. If he just stays as a moving roadblock, he'll do fine. Back down for 7th, however. Looks like Cade made a mistake after getting passed by Cax for P7, that is. Ahmed up to 7th, now getting by Cade, and now actually you can see in the rear view mirror, 1.5 seconds back is RoboJeep in 9th place. So yeah, he ended up spinning earlier in the race, and he's trying to chase down 8th place to get that one single point 8th place offers. So lap 10 now, and looking at the gaps again, we can see 3 battles. We can see a battle for the race lead. Once, you know, they get within 1 second, and as they say that, they go over a second. We can also look at the battle for 4th place between Flexi and Kev. Looks pretty good eventually if the gap comes down. Right now it's 6/10. And, I was gonna say RoboJeep and Cade. I mean, that gap is closing. We'll just keep the eyes on them, because that'll probably be the next pass on the track. Nope, gap is coming down. It's looking at it. For a second, it said 2 seconds. I think it meant 2/10 in the corner. Oh, he's going to move down to the inside of the McLaren. Off Cade. He'll give him the room, but off the corner. Going down the straight with the momentum goes Cade. Clears RoboJeep before turn 2. What a move as they approach the S section. 3-second penalty for Robo. So not only does he have to pass Cade, but he needs to be 3 seconds clear of that McLaren Honda if he wants a point out of this race in P number 8. So we're only a couple laps shy of the halfway mark in this race. That would be lap 14. We approach down the straight. Again, the DRS of the slipstream, it just doesn't help, even with both. Just, you cannot gain any time, even if you do. It's not to an amount where it would give you an advantage of some sort. Back down to the inside, the Red Bull. Looking, the gap closes with Cade. Swinging around the outside. Not going to do it that lap. So lap 12 now. Again, we're 2 laps shy of the halfway mark. LMC Woma leading by more than a second over Lassane. However, the battle we have our eyes on is the move for 8th place between Cade and Robo. And now Cax picks up a 3-second penalty. And right now he's in 6th place. So it brings up a question. I mean, I feel like we've only seen 2 penalties today. 2 or 3. Again, never mind 4. We've seen 4. Out of lead this time. So, again, I'm just looking at this field, and You know, we're gonna finally get to see a battle because it looks like the McLaren ran wide off the corner. The Red Bull flies by down the straight. Do you think that, Cade could get a counter pass on him? Again, he's getting the slipstream. He's gonna try and choose the inside. Get the pass once more. Down to the inside goes the McLaren. He probably set that up to run wide on purpose. Now he's gonna have to put on a block against the Red Bull. But again, the outside momentum of RoboJeep can be undenied. Coming back is Cade. They're still going at it. Down to the inside, RoboJeep gets a position for 8th place. However, coming back on the outside goes Cade. Can't get the move done. And for 8th place, RoboJeep ahead of Cade. Finally, the move happens after 5 laps of just sitting there and doing nothing. Finally, the move gets done. So again, no aggressive move from Cade. I mean, he figured, why not hold him off as long as possible? I mean, wear up his tires. I mean, I know that he's faster than me, so why don't we be a pain and hold him up? I mean, he's not even our teammate. Why would we hold him up? That's probably, or why would we let him go? Well, I mean, that's probably what Cade was thinking with Robo, and made him put up a good fight for 4 laps. He's patient enough, just stayed behind him, got the slipstream, saved some fuel while he was behind that McLaren. Once he got close enough, that's why you gotta be patient. You can't make a move once you get to the rear end of a car, because what happens if it goes wrong? You need to set yourself up perfectly. Wait a couple laps. Once you get close enough, once you're close enough to make a pass, maybe 4/10ths back in a hairpin, that ain't gonna work. But if you're a 10th or 2 close in a hairpin, you could possibly get him under the brakes and possibly put up a fight, and that's exactly what happened in that corner with RoboJeep and Cade. Again, very, very patient was RoboJeep, and it paid off for him as now he moved up into the top 8, which awards points. Oh, and this is breaking stuff right now. Our race leader, who's extended off to a 2-second lead, LMC Loma, has gotten a penalty. So right now, our leader is Lassane Gaming unless Woma can finish ahead of the Williams by more than 3 seconds. At least 3 seconds. So right now, no battles going on. But it could possibly tell us on what's going on for pit stops. I think there's been someone who's done maybe 1 or 2. I think everyone's done 1. Yeah, everyone's done 1. But I forgot who the driver that pitted first on those tires. Was it RoboJeep? Yeah, it had to be someone on the soft tires. Because they wanted their tires to go a long way, so they put on a harder compound. I honestly look back at it. It's either Lee or Robo, because those guys are in the back. Again, I have no clue. However, a battle for P3. Now Flexi. He's flexing his way through the field, and he has caught EFC Matthew at an alarming rate. He's now less than a second, so keep all eyes on this battle. And yes, I know that was cringy. We're not going to talk about it. Gap has gone down to 6/10. 2 laps to go. It was 1.6 seconds. He's gained half a second in the last 2 laps. Per lap of those 2 laps. So he's basically gained a second in 2 laps. So incredible stuff from Flexi. He's now 3/10ths close. He's gained 3/10ths alone in 2 corners, putting the pressure on EFC Matthew. Just gotta be patient here. I'd wait till he gets down the straight. I mean, he's close enough. I mean, if you're, again, 1 second close, you're gonna have DRS. He is, 3/10ths close. He's obviously gonna have DRS. If he's just patient enough and waits till the hairpin down there, he's going to get the move done. Just gotta be patient, Flexi. Looks to the inside, decides, I can do it if I can get a beautiful exit off the corner, and that's exactly what he does. 3/10ths back to 5/10ths of a second. Doesn't matter. Lee picks up a penalty back in last. But DRS, is that gonna be his best friend, or is he gonna have to wait another lap? Looks like he's gonna have to be patient and wait another lap. So hanging on at the moment is the Mercedes in 3rd place. Maybe a dive. I mean, I beg your pardon that there could have been a dive bomb there by the Mercedes, or by the Haas on the Mercedes, and could have been done. But again, he was just too patient. And now Lysane Gaming into the pits for his second and final pit stop of the race. Effectively, this gives LMC Woma the win so far as it stands on time. Remember, Woma, 3-second penalty, so he needs a 3-second or bigger gap at the end to win this race. Lysane Gaming in the pits with EFC Matthew. Matthew follows as well. Lysane Gaming exits with a new set of super soft tires. So for everyone who put on soft tires, they want to make it to the end, but again, we have, what, 13, 14 laps left. Those soft tires aren't going to last. So really, they're at a disadvantage. Those tires are worn. They're going to be slow. Yeah, they can last a couple more laps, but I mean, they can't do much. They can't. I mean, EFC Matthew just passed Cax, and Lee just passed Robo. Robo into the pits now. So, exiting his pit stall, Robo Jeep back in last, made those soft tires stretch. So was Robo Jeep. He's the first of the men on the softs to pit a second time in the race. Now he wants those supers to go till the end. Everyone else is trying to do that, and most likely it will work for him. Battle between the two. Cade down to the inside of Lee. He's run himself very wide. Lee is taking back the position for P8. This came out of nowhere. I didn't know those two were close enough to each other. I was looking through for a battle, and now Kev is into the pits. Woma stays out a second lap in a row. This is detrimental to his pace if he wants to win. And now Cade, detrimental to his penalty stance. His first penalty of the race, I believe. So we have 12 laps to go. Things are just getting started. I mean, you got to look at the whole strategy. I don't intense. Oh, there are some position switching. Lysane Gaming going for a second against Flexi. He just needs to hang on. I mean, difference is Lysane Gaming, he's already pitted. He's already pitted compared to Flexi, who has not. Flexi's trying to get the advantage. He's trying to rattle his cage a little bit, as you could say. But again, he's just trying to get in his hair, and apparently it's working. He's really trying to help LMC Woma at this point, and now a 3-second penalty for what it is of Robo Jeep. Now a new fastest lap by Cax with 11 laps to go. I apologize for the sound in the other room. I'm not sure if the microphone is catching up on it. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not. So really, I don't know what... Oh, hold on. Yellow, Sector 3. False alarm. False alarm. Let's go back with Cade, 6/10. So I'm going through the field, and there are still many guys who have not pitted yet. And it begs the question, if they're going to finish these tires till the end, maybe they're saying, actually, no, never mind. Never mind, my predictions are wrong. Into the pits goes Woma. He's going on those ultra soft tires, isn't he? Yes, he is. Ultra soft tires for the Pink Panther. So the pink and purple will combine as he has one final run in this race. The only man on ultras. Lassane takes the lead. The undercut works. But will it be the advantage of being on the softer tires? And now he bangs into the side pod of Flexi, breaking part of Flexi's front wing. A dangerous pit release as he's now missing a left front end plate on that Haas machine. And there is some lag, and I apologize. Not much we can do. I turned off the Wi-Fi on my phone and my laptop and everything. I'm not sure if that's working or not. Looks like Cade and Lee both going to the pits. There are now 4 guys on the Ultras out of 10 who are still running with 10 laps to go. These numbers, again, it starts stacking up. Yeah, I think it's interesting. They stayed out in the end just to go in the Ultras, but really, you just saw from LMC Woma, must mean for everything else there. Yeah, and the last lives of those soft tires, they were not going to last, and either went from super softs to softs to ultra softs, and either way, they're going to finish with the same wear, and it just depends. It's going to give the advantage back to Lassane. Not only is Woma going to have to pass Lassane, he's going to have to work up a 3-second gap. But again, he has the ultra soft tires. He just needs to chase him down in 9 laps. Okay, I'm gonna stay off my phone. The stream may crash. I was trying to look up the point standings right now, and then it resulted in that. Let me send something to the chat first. Okay. Turning off the phone. Let's see if this race lasts till the end. We're coming to 8 laps to go from Lassane as he approaches Sector 3. Something I find interesting is 5 guys, yep, 5 guys, that's it. 5 guys on supers, 5 guys on ultras. And it begs the question, if they're going to gain back their positions, like they did in the beginning of, before the pit stop phase, the last one we had. So really, I just like to see how this all plays out, because, the gap has gone down by a second over the last 3 laps between Lassane Gaming and Woma, but also it's going to take a couple more laps to get by the leader, and then going to take a couple more laps to make it a 3-second gap to get the win. So realistically, Lassane Gaming has it in the bag unless something happens. However, commentators curse, never say never. We have 8 laps to go in Circuit of the Americas. So, looking through the field, another thing I've noticed is now that after the pit stop phases, everyone has really sorted out their pace. I mean, everyone's trying to separate, they're trying to find their own rhythm, and towards the end, we will see some action, I would say, for the lead. The gap has come down 2 seconds in 3 laps. Remarkable stuff, isn't it? So I wouldn't necessarily say Lassane Gaming has it, because, I mean, really, I think Woma's listening. He's saying, okay, I can do this. We got to pick up the pace. He's put it on push mode. He's put it on rich mode. And now he's finally starting to push in that car. And again, we're just trying to reach this stream out till the end. Until my internet decides to part ways. But actually, let's look up with Flexi. Flexi's definitely reeled in Kev. He's made up a good amount of time, and he's trying to reach into the top 4. If he can get close enough to that Renault, oh, he's just going to get to the rear end of the Renault. And for some reason, the thing switched. But a 3-second penalty to Kev. I think Flexi has one also, so now they're even through the S's. It is Ultras versus Supers with 6 laps to go. Or 7, actually. With around the outside move, he has just enough room. Squeezing through goes Flexi, but he has the outside advantage goes Kev. He's going to try and squeeze him, but around the outside, the gap does close between Kev and Flexi. Now down to the next corner, he's got to defend very well. And however, leaves the door open because he wants some momentum flowing back up the hill. He's going to try and make a move down in turn 12. That's what he's going to do. DRS is open. Who's it open for? It's open for the Haas. It's open for the Haas of Flexi. So he's gonna have to, it's gonna be a drag race downhill towards turn 12. Just getting him under the brakes. If we can just slide him off again, and he does. Slides him off, gets back P4. Kev in P4 for the time being. He's getting very lucky with his moves. Luckily he's getting no damage with anything. Oh, he just found just enough room, but now he's going to try and squeeze him off. In the next corner, he had the nose to the outside of the Renault, just the gap did close and nothing could be done. Oh, and now we're going to have to, I don't know which one to look at here. I mean, they're in the S's up there for the lead, but we'll keep our eyes on the Renault and Flexi also. Wheel to wheel through the S's. Can anything be done? Oh, one's got to give and take, and that's the Renault. He's run wide, and he's given the position, and the Haas cuts the next corner. Oh, he's going to have to give it back, and Lee takes a penalty with it. And now the two leaders are butting heads with 6 laps to go, squeezing through. Lassane versus LMC Woma. Whoa, they almost made contact. And LMC Woma back to the front of the grid. Coming to the end of this race, and it's already a second gap. Now, if I were Woma, you know, you can focus on pushing because he does need two or 1.5 more seconds. He's already gained 5/10 in one corner, amazingly. And now, again, he's just trying to work up that gap right now. And for P number 8... battle going on between Robo and Lee. To a sweeping right-hander. No move to be done. We approach 5 laps to go. However, he's going to try and make a move as we head uphill towards turn 1. That Williams, he'll have the inside lane compared to the Red Bull, who's stuck on the outside. In turn 1, on the outside, he's going to just squeeze him off, but no, cannot get it done. Robo Jeep around the outside in turn 1, gets the move done, makes it stick, and he's up to P8, fighting for a single point. Couple laps left to go in this race. This is probably the final battle on track. Either that or with Kevin Cax, that's going to happen. wheel to wheel down the back straight as it's another drag race starts turn 12. Again, looking, the cars are separated by 5-6 car lengths, but to the inside is the Williams of Lee. This time he gets a job done as he clears them to the outside of the Red Bull. No move done. Oh, he's just gonna try and put the car in there. Just nothing to be done. Let's look up with Cax. So again, oh, they make contact, it's sliding off. Oh no, goes off, goes Kev. Contact was made, he has some end plate damage. Yeah, right front end plate damage for the Ferrari, you could see sliding off. So, sadly, had to make a move there. Do you think he'll let him back by? I mean, if I did a move like that, I'd probably give it back by. So, couple laps left to go. LMC Woma still leading by an alarming 6 seconds. That 3-second penalty, oh, that's the back of his mind. It's no worries anymore. Lassane Gaming back in second. Third is EFC Matthew. Fourth, Flexi. Fifth, CAC. Sixth, Kev. Seventh, Ahmed. Eighth is Lee. Ninth is Robo. 10th is Cade, finishing out that top 10. However, again, a battle that is still unfinished is between 8th place. Now, this battle is crucial because it gives out the last point-paying position in this race. So, again, keep our eyes on the back end. Whoa, gets so close to the Williams. You got to be more patient if you can make a move like that. It's just not working out for him. And again, the gap has increased back to 8/10. It just goes to show in these type of cars, you have to be patient until you get, that barrier of 1 to 2 tenths where you can make a move and be confident and clear the driver. Again, sometimes you get 4 tenths close and you get greedy. But again, 2 laps to go this time by for LMC Woma. So again, nice helicopter shot. First actual good camera view I've seen in a while on this game. And it is a lonely Sunday drive for that Force India, who's still leading, believe it or not, still leading by that much. I thought the advantage would go down to Lassane. I mean, he had the advantage, but obviously Lassane did not put much up of a fight, and LMC Woma just flew by him in a lap. Compared to the battles that we've seen all day, that it's taken at least 5 laps to get something done, because some of these drivers are just impatient when it comes to passing. I mean, for me, passing is an art. I mean, you have to get everything done. In other motorsports, it's different, but for F1, it's an art. You have to perfect it. You have to be a certain gap close enough to make a move stick. Have to be patient. If you're not, nothing's gonna get done. So, for the fact that LMC Woma just made a move stick in what, a lap, is incredible of what he's done. So as he approached the final lap, LMC Woma, he's led the majority of the race. He's had to fight for it though. Almost a 9-second gap between him and Lassane. Lassane Gaming just cannot put up the fight, and really the pace has shown for that Pink Panther that is about to take the final lap. So as we approach the final lap, let's do one final grid rundown and look at the battle for P8. So here we go, LMC Woma, Lassane Gaming, EFC Matthew, Flexi, Cax, Kev, Ahmed, Lee, Robo Jeep, and Cade. That rounds out the grid. These guys are on 2 laps to go. Woma's already crossed the line for the final lap, however. Let's see if a move's gonna get done. Again, being patient, finally. However, no, the gap does stick. It's gonna try and muscle that outside lane. Lee going up against Robo Jeep. The gap does close. Lee gets by on the penultimate lap. Again, trying to find a lane to stick to. He's going to look down to the inside. They almost bang wheels in turn 12, and he clears them before the corner. So Robo Jeep gets back by. However, back on the outside goes Lee. He'll have the advantage as he can stick it down to the inside. If he can clear him, no he cannot. Lee's gonna have the inside in this next corner. They're still banging wheels, and they're still side by side, but this time Robo clears them for P8. Oh, coming to the final lap of the race, it is the Robo Jeep that took advantage of that one and fended off Lee for P8. He said, I spun at the beginning, I want my single point, and I earn it now. You know, Robo Jeep, he spun at the beginning of the race, and he's really trying to fend off a guy who's on, faster tires than him. It's amazing to me how you can get this stuff done so fast. But in the end, the Force India of LMC Woma, he cannot be challenged. They could probably get a dent out of him, but that's all they could get. Because off through the final corner, it is LMC Woma. He takes victory after leading the most laps in Circuit America. He wins the United States Grand Prix Season 12, Round 6 in the United States. Lassane Gaming a disappointing second, but he gets the job done for Williams, as Lee could not produce the results they needed today after qualifying first and third, I mean. EFC Matthew, after all the pace flex he has had today, he'll also surprise himself with a podium finish. Here in Austin, Texas, 4th place Flexi, crossing the line. What about 5th? He already has a win this season, a top 5 finish, keeps him in a hunt. A consistent run this season for Cax, 6th for Kev, 7th for Ahmed. These two are close. A move could not happen. However, Robo does have a penalty. I'm not sure about Lee. Now it's down to 8th place. The battle for a single point. Who has penalties? I know Robo has 3. Don't know about Lee. Final corner. Robo has 8th. Crossing the line. Lee also has a penalty. Tons more. 8th place for Robo. And 10th place. He can limp it all home. He can take his time, because he is the caboose of this one. Cade crosses in P10 and finishes out the Grand Prix here in Austin, Texas. It was a strong running from the Force India man himself. He takes victory today in the 6th round of the championship and really stabilizes himself inside this championship hunt. I choked on that word for a second. The man who wins today, of course, is the one who looks to threaten this season. It is LMC Woma back on the top step again today with the Pink Panthers. And I will point out, a Mercedes engine lineup finishes 1, 2, 3 with each team, respectively, that has a Mercedes engine all on the podium. So again, here are our finishing results. Everyone has a penalty. I didn't realize that many. 15 seconds, 10 drivers, let's do it. LMC Woma, Lassane Gaming, EFC Matthew, Flexi, Cax, Kev, Ahmed, Robo Jeep, Lee, and Cade. That rounds out the top 10 for the 6th round of this championship and Season 12 of PSORC. LMC Woma takes victory, and I think that will do it for the 6th round of the season. My name is Alan Cavagnaro. We will see you next week for another Grand Prix for the 12th season of PSORC. And what a race to return back to modern cars. Probably one of the best this season, as it is in an American style, Austin, Texas. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in. We will see you next week for another Grand Prix. I was going to say the name and I almost forgot. And I think I disconnected with 3 other people. Yep, I pretty much disconnected from the session. So thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is Alan Cavagnaro. We will see you next week for another Grand Prix for PSORC. Have a safe night, everybody, and peace.